We're back. Director. 2 questions that were submitted by the fans.
Nice to be here with you, Joe. I know the first time on air, it's always a fun time when it's your first time on live television.
Yes, it is.
But I just want to say to any media folks that are watching, if you need a photographer, hire this guy. Takes good pictures. A lot of them are on LSUAGenerals.com. Hire this man. Now we can get to your questions. General fan, we must say. We thank you for your continued support, Brian. I think we kind of touched on this last week with a similar question. My main thing is sports brings with it a lot of school pride. Mm-hmm. You can see it with almost any, even all the way down to like the middle school level through high school. I mean, what's your favorite thing about high school is Friday night football. And here at LSUA, it's spending time out at the Ford or out at the soccer field or at the baseball or softball field. It's that kind of community that comes together when you have not just an athletic program, but with the success that LSUA has had over these first 10 years for baseball and softball, and then now entering the 4th for the rest of the sports, because it makes people want to come out, and with all the resident students, they're wanting to come to the games, and so you're seeing those stands fill up, and it just makes for a fun time. Very fun for the student athletes who are performing because they hear the crowd coming, and then for the students who are there, it's just a fun atmosphere, especially when you've been in the Ford for 3 years now. You know what it's like when that place is rocking, when the guys are putting on that air show, and hey, we're within a month now.
Yeah.
Season 4 is about to get underway at the Ford. It's going to be a fun, yeah. We're just about a month away, and the success of the soccer team right now, just building it from one successful program to another, and you don't want to miss any of it. It's fun when you're bringing family and friends, maybe a younger brother or sister who's in high school and thinking about where do I want to go for my next 4 years of education, and then they come into an athletic event and they see the fun that's being had, and they're like, I want to be a part of that, and they choose to come to LSUA. And as we've seen, enrollment has been skyrocketing up over the last few years. It's something the athletic department has really, and the university as a whole, has been glad to see.
Yeah, I'll definitely say, as a student who's been here for a while, my first year, it was kind of down, but as soon as we, got the expansion of the sports, the spirit just kind of skyrocketed, and the success of men's basketball certainly helped with that. And being with them, covering them, it's been a great ride.
And we have to thank some of the previous university administration who helped make that possible, who saw the role intercollegiate athletics can play in a growing university, and that's where, and you want to put forth a good product, and that's what we've been able to do in such a short amount of time and bring in all that success. When you talk about men's soccer having a conference tournament championship, men's basketball's won the title every year they've been in existence. Baseball's brought a few over. Softball, both men's basketball and softball last year almost brought home national titles. Women's tennis too, and even the club sports with rugby, getting right there on the cusp of national championships, not just conference. But you're talking the whole country, the whole enchilada, which is what we all want to see.
Guess we have time for one. Yeah.
They're doing what they need. They're playing at a very good spot right now, and they just need to keep it consistent. which is, very good defense. We've seen a lot of shutouts, especially on the women's side. They had a run of like 2 or 3 shutouts in a row. Shut out a D1 program in Texas Southern right before they entered conference play. That's good defense, and then the counterattacks have been there. And then the men have, for the most part, unfortunately they've had took a tough one on Saturday, but consistent. The offense has been good. They've been scoring goals like crazy for the most part. When you talk about, they had, I believe, 6 against a Freed-Hardman team, and I'm trying to remember. I know the women had an 8 spot against Bacone at home in their home opener, and rough time out last time out, but I fully expect them to get right this week, and which should be a fun 2 games here at Generals Field. Come out, support your Generals in their last 2 home games this season, and hopefully that's the last one, because we want them to be a top 4 seed in the conference tournament, not have to play in that first round. Or I believe it's, I'm trying to remember if it's top 4 who get buys or top 2. But you don't want to have to play that first round. You want to get that bye straight into the the semifinals. So it's top 2 who get buys to the semifinals, and you want to be one of those 2. But if you're not, that's another home game you get in the first round of the conference tournament, which would be here at Generals Field. Hopefully, if you're the 3 or the 4. So it would be here. If they want to be a night match, it could be at LC, or we want it to be at Generals Field, of course, because you get that crowd right there. But they've been doing very well so far this season. It's been fun to watch, especially for someone who, being a South Louisianan, you aren't exposed to soccer all that much, but you learn it real quick, and it gets very entertaining when when you're watching it and you see the team clicking. And Coach Brockland said it. He said, for like 15-minute spans, they'll get it, and it'll just seem right, and you'll know when it is, because everything's just crisp, and it looks. There's a reason they call it the beautiful game, and and you can see that come through every now and it's fun. It's definitely fun when they're clicking and everything is working. And while I know we got a few more minutes left. Let's talk about the seasons that are just about to start. We're a month away. Right at the end, I believe it's. While we're talking, I'm sorry. Let me circle back to this week. Thursday, we have a promotion going on. It's Faculty and Staff Appreciation Night. So we want to let all the faculty and staff know to come on out. I think we got some free pie and some free red pens. I'm sure those will come in handy.
They make good use of those.
I'm not gonna say anything on that. But Faculty Staff Appreciation Night. Come on out. And for the students, come on out as well. You might be able to schmooze with a professor and maybe get that little tiny tick up in your grade point average. This guy's praying for some, as you can see. But then Saturday, senior day, and you want to send off the seniors on a good note. Texas College is going to be an interesting match, and it's kind of tough to see that for the rest of the season the team's going to be on the road. You're talking about almost a whole month on the road, so you definitely want to send them off in a good way. But then that month on the road leads up to the home opener for the next sport, the winter sports on the docket, and that's men's and women's basketball.
Season 4, 35 days from tomorrow.
And it starts. Actually, the women started off. They have a Halloween Day match. I believe that's against. Not Northwestern, maybe Louisiana Tech. But I know they're on. But I know they play Halloween night, so they open it up, and then November 1st is the 4th installment of Midday Madness, which will be a fun time. So start planning that early, November 1st, Midday Madness in the Fort. I'm sure we'll have it right here on the General Sports Network.
Oh yeah.
And I want to thank everyone here at Eddie's Smokehouse and Seafood for putting up with us every week. because this is a great thing they allow us to do.
All right. This Thursday. And thank y'all for tuning in.